Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the premiere of Guess the Suncatcher Contest #1 Reveal and Winner Announcement. Don't forget that tomorrow starts contest #2. In this video, I share with you how I made this suncatcher, and following this premiere, there'll be a live announcement on my YouTube channel of the winner of this suncatcher. I will also place the winner's name in the description box below with instructions on how to claim the suncatcher. I hope you liked the video and have fun with this contest. Now on to the reveal.
Ensure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Hey everyone, this is the olive tree that we are doing for Guess the Suncatcher contest. This is #1, and I've got the pattern pieces already laid out here, and I'm using a piece of textured glass, so I will have the patterns laid out face down so that the texture, when I flip it over, will show on this side. So I've glued those face down. I'm using another shade of green for the 2 leaf areas here. And then I've got the trunk and the branches that come off of the trunk done in this darker brown piece here. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these out and then move on into grinding. Go ahead and cut out our texture pieces first. I'm using my grazing pliers to take off the glass where I've made my score marks. So when you're using these, you want to apply your pressure and pull away, kind of break and pull away at the same time. Most of the other little shard pieces we can grind away. Some artists like to nibble away at it more and get it as close as they can. That's why I like the glue pattern, because you can get pretty darn close to your paper and get your score marks pretty close, and you don't have to grind as much, and it kind of really teaches you a little bit more on making really good cuts.
We will now go ahead and cut out the rest of the glass pieces, and I will fast forward through this portion of the video.
Right, now we'll head over to the grinder. All right, we are at the grinder, and we're going to go ahead and start grinding our pieces down now. All right, well, after we removed the paper and we dry fitted it to the pattern, and that's what it looks like right now. Now we're ready to go on to foiling.
The next step is to foil your pieces. You want to make sure you get your foil all the way around and evenly on both sides. Press it all down and then use your fid tool to burnish the pieces all the way around on the edges and on the flat sides on both sides. This will help ensure good adhesion and ensure that your solder stays to it and doesn't pull your copper foil up. I will now fast forward through the rest of the foiling of the pieces. Now that we have all our pieces foiled, let's go ahead and do another dry fit to check out all the spacing. As you can see, the spacing has improved and it seems to be everything's fitting together pretty well. So now let's move on to soldering.
All right, now we're over at the soldering station and we are going to solder our piece together. First, we're going to start off by tacking our pieces. I'm going to hit that corner right here first. I'll straighten it back up here in a minute. I just want to get those corners fluxed so that they will hold together. Get a little solder on there, little piece down, let it sit.
Now that I have it all tacked together, I lay a flat bead solder to help hold the piece together before I flip it over, and it lays the base for my final solder bead later.
All right, we will flip this over now. All right, now we've turned it over and fluxed, and now we're going to go ahead and bead up on this side. All right, we're going to let that cool down and we'll be back to do the final solder bead on the other side and on the edge. All right, we're back on the other side. As you can see, some kind of blew through, but that's okay because we're going to be able to smooth all that out. Here we're going to put our jump ring on. Just going to leave it out just a little bit. Unless the piece is really, I know for sure that it's going to be balanced in the center, I will always put two. If I'm kind of unsure, it looks like it'd be balanced center, just putting one there. But I want to give the option of go ahead and being able to hang it anywhere and know that it's going to be balanced based off of the string that I'm using. So that's kind of how I determine my jump rings and the initial design of how I want to hang it. Okay, now we're going to do the edging. Now I'm going to do soldered edge for this particular piece. So we'll start at the top and just kind of make our way around. Where I like to, got to keep it horizontal, and I like to just kind of tap, tap, tap as I go along. All right, now we'll go clean it all up really well, and then we'll put the black patina on. All right, we are back. I've got it all cleaned off and got all the flux removed and everything real good. And I took a copper Brillo pad and roughed up the solder lines more. It just helps accept the black patina a lot better, in my opinion. So we'll go ahead, and I use Novacan black patina, and I usually just put some in my cap here. If I got a lot of it to do, then I got a little bowl I put it in, but cap works good. And then this side, I'll just usually go ahead and do both sides. It will take up pretty quick and won't have an issue with it drying or anything else like that. So you just put it on. I use a toothbrush. Seems to go on pretty good when you use something like that. I notice some people use some sort of swab. Some people use a rag. So just whatever your preference is when you do this. And then I'll just kind of flip it up a little bit and just run it along there. It should have already ran down and patinaed all this, but just want to make sure it gets all the way around. All right, we'll go over and clean her off. I'm gonna let that air dry some more, and then I will come back and dry it just a little bit more, make sure it's wiped down, and then put that wax on.
So here's how it looked after the wax has been applied and buffed off. Wouldn't it go great in this olive orchard? Now stay tuned for the next video coming up on your screen.